we have a group of friends where we sit down once a fortnight and we just discuss what's helping us in life. Like what philosophies or what lessons have we learned in the last fortnight or last month that's helped us in life. And it's kind of like a mastermind.
This is where you dare to dream, right? This is where I can say, I want to freaking write my own script to have a movie, produce a movie in Hollywood, right? It's a place where you don't fear saying things like that. If it was out in society, you say that, people think you're crazy.
So what we're discussing is basically all of us are kind of on a journey of self-discovery, and we're each trying to achieve our goals. And as varied and different as they always have some common threads. So one of the books that we've read and we're rereading and discussing amongst ourselves is by Napoleon Hill, The 16 Laws of Success.
And the first chapter says to bring together a group of people so you can develop this mastermind. And there are certain rules in place for this mastermind as defined by the book, like things like everyone has to share their goals, everyone has to talk about things, we have to create a harmonious environment, we have to be supportive, and that type of stuff. So the current discussion now is how do we develop this mastermind that is defined in chapter 1 so that we can now talk through the rest of the chapters using that mastermind. The concept of the overmind, or when you create a new entity, when you collaborate together as a mastermind, and you all draw from this mastermind. Conceptually, that's
very abstract.
It is. It kind of makes sense in some ways, but very abstract.
I don't think it's meant to be a separate entity, but all our minds together becomes an entity, right? So as opposed to thinking of it as an abstract thing, it's a tangible thing. It's when all our minds come together like now. The overmind is present now, because my thoughts are not my own here. My thoughts are shared amongst 3 other people who then critique the thought, give their opinions, which then further shapes the thought.
If you take an individual like yourself as an example, you can draw on your experience as a speaker, your experience in magic, your experience in business, and all of these
people
things.
He knows and all his networks.
So like all your decision-making processes are based on what you know. But when the 4 of us come together, like it kind of gives birth to like, let's imagine like a 5th person that now draws on the experience of speaking, magic, business, as well as design, marketing, management. So they had just much more to pull from.
When you first start up, the first few years, everyone's driven by like the potential and the growth and the aspect, all that type of stuff. Then once you reach a certain level of maturity, like the financials definitely peter out. And then like when everybody and all the staff and stuff are at a financial stable position as well, that happens too. Now where the questions that start getting asked are, so why are we doing this? And what are we doing this for? So it's a natural flow of business where it's now like we've got to start thinking about, okay, let's establish what the values are, let's establish what the vision and then the mission are, and then everything that we do now is in accordance to achieving this vision and mission, and everybody's aligned towards that greater goal.
You just have this moment where you realize where you are and where you thought you would be. And how much time has passed since you said that you were going to change, but then you haven't actually changed.
We need to be consciously thinking to ourselves, well, how can I further develop my personality? As opposed to just saying, well, this is who I am, right? And I think the easiest way to think about that is look at yourself as a piece of art, right? You're a block of clay and you're continually molding that clay. Whereas most people just go, I'm the block of clay and that's who I'm going to be for the rest of my life. You can make yourself beautiful, right? You can take away bad traits. You can add good traits, but I think we don't have any transactions in the personality marketplace.
But people actually stop, don't they? They stop growing as a person, as a character. The book touches on character versus reputation. Reputation is what people think you are. Character is who's you. That's who you are. This is how you act.